Good morning, people. Welcome back to the video. Another one. Opening up some lights here for another project. However, you guys are going to see a Harley Davidson today. Yes, sir. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you very much for joining today. I appreciate every single one of you. Unfortunately, today we're not up any subscribers. No, so sad. We're actually -1 subscriber, guys. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it's okay though. And no matter what, guys, we're gonna continue to working on our cars. We're gonna go out there on the garage, get this thing done, because we are actually working on a motorcycle today. Yes, sir. As you heard, we're working on a Harley Davidson, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Appreciate every single one of you being here today. Thank you very much for getting us to 801 subscribers so far. But yes, guys, we're going to go ahead and go back there to the garage and start knocking this Harley Davidson out, because we've been working on this thing for months now. It's tiring, so let's go ahead and finish this thing up. And yeah, let me show you guys what it's all about. Vámonos. Alright, late night, guys. We're going here finishing up sanding this. We already did a lot of sanding on this one. We got it really well. We're going to go ahead and prime them. We're going to get rid of all this stuff. Looks like this fiberglass. It just needs a fiberglass work, so that's good for us. Now I'm done sanding all this. I'm probably going to have to take this ones out of here too. Sand this all the way down to where we can get rid of it. And take that off and sand that all the way down too. And then prime the whole piece, because we have some naked pieces where the sander ate through, just because it was really bad on the fiberglass. Way more work than we wanted. However, we're going to take a little break out of this. Alright, guys, so we are working on the motorcycle now. Yes, sir. This is the fiberglass part of it. It is a mess. It is our first layer here. I don't know. I'll get some light in there. Give me a second. Alright, there we go. This one's the other tub. This one's done. We got 2 layers back there, as you guys can see. A lot of resin, just so it gets strong. With fiber in the between, I know. So it gets really strong and thick. And then over here is our other one. Let me put you guys in there. Yeah, as you guys can see, same thing. We're heavy in the bag just because that's where the bigger hole was at. So we're trying to get as much as we can back there. But yeah, I wear the whole suit. I didn't took a video of it just because it is a mess to work with, guys. And I didn't want to get the cameras dirty, having to pause, move them. It's just me. So I get all my angles, if you even call this angles. Look at it. Potato hands. Anyways, but yeah, guys, it was just me back here. So I did the best I could. I went ahead and just concentrated on doing the fiberglass work, because I didn't want to get itchy or get it on my clothes and stuff. This leg right here is kind of itchy. I don't want to mess with them. I'm just going to go take my clothes off and probably throw them away. But yeah, other than that, guys, we're done with this fiberglass work. We did this, that, and that thing over there, whatever that's called. So we got this 3 pieces out of the way. And we did a back piece. That one we had finished it a while ago. I don't know where it went. It's probably over there with the prime stuff. So we're just going to leave it alone for now. I'll go ahead and pull him back out. Now, next step on this one will be take all the tape off, make sure everything's sealed. And then, yeah, start the priming process on these things. And we should be done with all the pieces. It's just these 3 need to get primed. And we're done. Ready for paint. We're just waiting on this, guys. And fiberglass, yeah, takes forever. Just because I don't want to be itchy, guys. That's why it takes forever. I'd be careful. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and let that dry. It's going to throw its fumes and stuff. We'll go ahead and open the doors, leave it ventilated. We're going to run to the store real quick. And other notes, we have found our fuel leak on this guy right here. Yes, sir. It is coming from the fuel filter on the bottom of the car. It's one of the hoses. It was just not tied. We went ahead and tied it. Problem solved. Nothing else to do with it, but get it done. Then we got this bad boy. We're starting to drive it, daily drive it. It is a killer on the gas. Well, it's not that bad on gas, to be honest. It's giving me about 14 to 16 miles per gallon. So that's not too bad if you ask me on a lift truck. Alright, guys, so we went ahead and did the fiberglass. Now we're gonna reinforce it with this reinforced filler. It has fibers on it as well for fiberglass durability. And it does not hold moisture or anything like that. So we went ahead and applied some to these 2 pieces. Well, 3 pieces actually, because there's 2 tubs. And that guy, the last ones we're working on at this time. Everything else is ready for paint. This right here has taken the longest. Part of taking it too long is we had to wait on the resin to come in. It came in and it wasn't the right one, so we had to send it back and order another one. We end up finding a local shop here, so we got it from them and we got everything we needed from them. A little more expensive, but hey, at least we know it's gonna do the job well. And we did all the fiberglass as you see. Now we are just putting this fiber putting reinforcement on the outside of it so we can get the shape we want. And yeah, because whoever had this bike before dragged the crap out of it. And but yeah, we got everything we got there. We got one layer so far. Looks like that's all it's gonna need. So we got everything we needed here. This one wasn't too gone. It was more of the epoxy glue fixing than it is making it smooth. So this one, most of the damage was on the other side that we have already addressed. So we're just gonna go ahead and make it look good, and then yeah, sand them. And if we find any deeper holes as this one's here that we found, we're gonna go ahead and use that putting with it. Other than that, we're just gonna go ahead and continue to give this a good sand, get rid of all the decals and stuff, because we want ours under the paint or under the clear coat, that way they last longer. We got the new ones in. They're gonna look exactly like this ones. That's what we're going for on this particular one. So I think this ones are decals or paintbrush, not sure. Yeah, they're decals. So yeah, this can come off. This ones are coming off. As you guys can see, they're just decals. So we're gonna take this ones out and get a good little sand under there, and yeah, pretty much be left with a bare thing there. And I'll put the new ones in once they come. They kind of crooked too, or straight. I don't know how they are. I might take some measurements from here and the end here so we can leave them the same. That way we know exactly where they go. All right, that's about it with the update on this tabs here with the motorcycle. Let's go ahead and continue to get it knocked out. Well, it's fully raining outside, guys. That is crazy. Yes, sir. Looks like it's the first storm of many. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get this situated. We're gonna have to take this apart. We're gonna take all the chrome out, all the plastic stuff. This one is naked already. I already took the two little plastics that go back here. Something that came in here, I don't know what it's for, but it was trash anyways. Just went ahead and took it out. This is the brackets right here, the whole top lid. We have the lid over here already. This one's naked. It was just the lid right there. You guys can see it's ready for primer, and then after that it's just wet sand and paint. This ones we're gonna have to prep them. They're a little more tedious because we still have like a bunch of stuff we haven't got to, that we gotta sand this whole back piece and prep it. Get it all prepped for primer. This is almost done. We still got another little layer because we do have some pinholes here and there. I want it to be smooth. I know it's the bottom of the bike, nobody's gonna see it, but I just want to make everything smooth, everything nice, pristine, pretty much better than brand new. That's my goal here. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take this apart. So we got to take this off here, and then I'm gonna use this part for reference so I know how this goes. It has a plate on the back, and this one looks like it only has one screw right here, and the other ones should be in the opposite side. Nope, 1, 2, 3. So only 3 screws holding this thing, and it's supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, but it looks like we only have 3 of them holding this one. The other one only had about, I think, 3 as well. So yeah, this thing is missing a bunch of screws and bolts here and there, so I'm just taking videos so I know what was here and what wasn't. It doesn't really matter though, because everything that comes off of this boxes, we're putting it in a bag, so we know this bag has everything that came in here, whether the bolt was bad, good, stripped, not stripped. Everything that we took off of this 2 buckets or the whole motorcycle are gonna go into the bag right there. So whatever we take apart, we'll put it in the bag, and then we'll try to keep like separate bags, sandwich bags. This one I had to get a big one because, you know, this bracket is huge. But yeah, we're gonna mark every single one so we don't lose anything, and we know exactly how many bolts were in there, because this thing is missing a lot of bolts, and a lot of these bolts are either not there or stripped. Let me see here. So you guys can get a reference in here. This is what it looks like, all bare with nothing on. It's just a little tub. Right here, we're missing some bolts already. One right there. Plastics are not present on this one. The other one did have some plastics on these holes right here. It looks like we have all 4 right there. I think 2 or 3 of the other one were bad. The bolts were stripped. The other side was really good on the other one. So hopefully this ones are pretty good and all. And then up here, we just gotta take those bolts down there off of it. You see here, it only has 3. The other one had, I think, all 4 of them. This one only has 3. So we gotta take those from the bottom. This one's from this one right here. So is that one, and then the other one's from this side for some reason. Not sure why on the opposite side for, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys down, get this thing stripped out, and make it look like this one right here, so we can get it prepped for some primer. Let's get it. Here, so I can remember how this thing goes. All right. So this thing goes facing up like so. All right. And then that part should be this right here, like so. And that should help me out later on if need to. And it looks like this thing's go on the outside. This goes on the inside where the bolts are. Alright. Should be good to go. I'm gonna take those bolts out and put this thing away. Alright guys, we had this outside here cooking with our final fiberglass putting there, or reinforcer, whatever you want to call it. We went ahead and hit all the parts that had a nasty hose or needed some fill up, that was not big enough for fiberglass but big enough for this I forgot what it's called. It has fiberglass in it. It's like Bondo but with fiberglass. Does not hold moisture. It enhances to plastic. Is used also for boats. So we did this piece, this one, that one, and that one up there, as well as all these other pieces, because they were all shit, to be honest. Excuse my language, but they were all like really bad. This one had a big almost like hail damage, but I know it's not hail. This is most likely the carbon fiber, because this is not carbon fiber, fiberglass. This is fiberglass, but the fiberglass itself was really bad, so we smoothed it out as smooth as we could to make it even and nice and smooth, so when we put the paint on, it's gonna look uniform. And then it had like little things like this. We sand it down to where you can't feel them no more, and whatever we couldn't sand down, we went ahead and filled them. It only had 2 on this one. It wasn't too bad. Down here was horrible, so we went ahead and put some reinforcement right there. This tail was missing a whole piece, so we went ahead and remade it. Same right here, was missing a piece right there, so we're gonna go ahead and remake that. This one here had a big crack in there, so we did some carbon fiber on the back work, and then we did some carbon fiber glass work in the crack. And then now we're just smoothing it out with this reinforcer on top of it. Same right here. It had another one right there. And then there was another one, I think it was in the back. Yes, right here we had some fracture cracks. So we're going to have to sand those all the way down to the fiberglass and do some fiberglass work there as well. So we're not done with fiberglass work on this one. That one is completely done. We threw a coat of primer, and then we sanded it back because it was so horrible. Now it's smooth and uniform. It had waviness to it and stuff, so we went ahead and got rid of all those nasty waviness. And that's a plastic piece. We had to peel that one too, but it's almost done. Just one more coat of primer on this one, and it should be ready for paint afterwards. This one, I'm not sure how many coats of primer we're gonna have to throw and sand back to make it smooth and nice for the top coat. The harder you work on these things, on the preparation part, the better the paint job is gonna look. This one, we're not gonna put so much effort into the whole motorcycle just because we have a budget. That's all it is. We're working with the budget. Like you see that crack right there, I had to sand all that down, work some fiberglass into that too so it doesn't crack. Or, you know, if you hit a bump or something or accidentally hit the ground with the bike, it won't crack the paint, or you know, you never know. I don't know how these motorcycles work or how flexible they are, but yeah, we want to make sure the paint on top of this lasts and it stays. This one here had a lot of stuff that needed work, a lot of little tedious spots, not big but a lot of ones. I did miss this one, but it looks like we can just sand this one down. If not, we're gonna have to put some in there. Same goes for this piece right here. Yeah, had a bunch of them too. So, but yeah, once I get done with all the preparations and sanding, I'll get back to you guys once we're ready for primer. Let's get it. Alright, and just in case I didn't show you guys before, it says with short strings reinforcement fibers. So this is what we're using. It even tells you the application steps as well, what to do and stuff. Just careful when you're using this because it does have fibers, so wear a mask when you're sanding this. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the hospital. Just saying. Those bleeding noses are not fun, guys, so you better use a mask with this one. I always do, so yep, keep in mind. Alright guys, well today we're going to go ahead, since we have all this prep and sand, we're going to go ahead and wash it and scuff it with the scuff warm water because we have some exposed plastic. This is so we can cure if we have any static on them. As hot as I can take it, and then with the scuff, soap and water, and then we'll rinse them off and they should be ready for primer. That's what we're going to do today, so I'll get back to you guys once we have these things fully primed.
Alright guys, and we are prime here tonight. It is super late, like 1 in the morning, but we're okay. We got everything primed up and we threw a lot of primer. Most of these parts have about 3 coats. Well, it's a sealer and then primer on top of the sealer. So most of these parts got 2 coats of sealer and 3 coats of primer. Look at all this dust on the floor, by the way. That's all sealer and primer, all this right here. Ooh, but yeah, you can see where I've been walking around, pasting around these parts. They look really good. We won't know until we start sanding them, see if we find any imperfections. I did find a couple of things that I gotta assess, like this right here. And you guys see it, we gotta sand that down, make it all smooth, otherwise it's gonna look really ugly on the paint. And then we have some of those little nasty hairs from the plastic. That's only on this piece here, just because it's plastic. As you guys can see, all those little nasty stuff, we gotta get rid of that. With the wet sand, we'll do the work. We're probably gonna have to throw one more coat of sealer on this before paint. This one here, it looks pretty good for the most part. I just see a couple little imperfections right there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it or fix it, depending on how much time we got left with these things. To be honest, I'm not trying to put too much time on this. It's a cheap job. I'm not trying to go for a $20,000 Harley Davidson now. This one here, we spend all the time on, and you can tell. There's no imperfections on this one. It's really well. Now, I know my voice sounds a little different because I am super tired. This one here, we found one imperfection on it, was right there. We just gotta fill that in with the putty. I forgot to do that. We did the super glue so the fiber doesn't move, and I forgot to put epoxy or filler in there. So we're gonna go ahead and just touch that one up, and then once we redo the plastic piece with sealer, we'll go ahead and throw some sealer on this fiberglass one. These ones here, they're pretty good for the most part. I don't have any concerns about them. They look pretty good. We spent a lot of time on those too. It sucks. And yeah, I think that's about it here. Everything's primed, and obviously we still have some parts that have not been primed just because they have too much stuff to do. Like the tank, we still got to work on it. It has a lot of stuff falling apart right there where they put the gas in. Probably they spilled it or something. These things here, they're horrible. I have to take the whole paint off of this. I'm gonna see if they're cheap enough to just get another plastic, because they're horrible. These things right here are ready to go. I didn't have to do anything to them. I just scuffed them and sanded them. That was the only nice piece. I'll see what I do with this one here. But yeah, other than that, everything's ready for paint at this point. Well, we gotta let this dry in wet sand, and then yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I'll see how much time I got left with this Harley Davidson, and how much time I have into it actually, and then go from there. And if I'm able to get through all those little things, I will. If not, if the budget is done, then I'm just gonna leave it alone and start the paint process, get it done and over with. We went ahead and put our magic powder on our pieces, guys. As you guys can see, we smeared it all over the pieces. Make sure they all are covered with this. These ones are the most covered ones, so our goal will be to sand all this stuff up, make it white again, and once we have that done, we can go ahead and throw a little bit of a sealer on this one, and then we should be ready for paint. So we're doing sealer on this, sealer on those, and we should be okay. We should be just fine. Oh yeah, I went ahead and fixed this piece over here. Excuse the air. This one's already sanded, and as you guys can see, we have some of that black stuff on it too. That one's we're just gonna reuse that, whatever. It is done, ready for paint. Let's get this done. Well, it's not ready for paint, we're prepping it for paint, so let's get it done and then we'll be ready for paint. Ooga. Look at that. Sheesh, that's a lot of sanding, man. A lot of sanding.
Good morning, guys. This is what we woke up to today. It's supposed to be paint day for a motorcycle. Oh man, I see how bad it is. Alright guys, so we got everything prepped for paint right here. We still got to put a little bit of sealer on there. Once we get a little bit of sealer, we can throw paint on top of it. This is ready to go for paint. This one is ready to go for paint. We just got to put a little bit more sealer down here. This one's ready to go, that one's ready to go, and this one's ready to go. So yeah, we have everything ready for paint. And that one's not ready. Not supposed to be in here. But we're gonna go ahead and sweep the floor and then probably mop it. Even though it's super wet outside, hella raining. So yeah, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna try to see how far in the water's coming with the rain, and then utilize whatever spot we got left. And it's way better for us because it keeps the dust down and the bugs out. So yes, I guess. Has its plus and its minuses. Humidity is gonna come up once it stops raining, and it is a little bit colder than usual, but it's not too cold. I'll look at the temperature later. If we need to turn on the heater, we probably will. But let's try and get this done, because it's been a long time in the making now. Longer than I usually anticipate or take on this kind of stuff. This feels like a whole project car, to be honest. Man, I think I struggle more with this than I did with the Chevy Silverado OBS rebuilt, man. This is crazy. Let's get it. Alright guys, so we went ahead and set it up. We got our fence going. Yes, we're gonna do it in-house. We got this one here, this one there, that one. The two tubs are hanging right now. We got this two down here, we got that one right there, and we got those over there. So that should be plenty of space, so I think I can walk around freely around every single part. And as we need it, we can move them around, especially the ones on the I don't know what they're called, the stands. We can move those for sure. This one I'm gonna be a little careful because it's a box. We don't know how stable this thing is. Don't worry, I put some stuff inside the box so it stays. Buckets are, I think, pretty stable, so we should be just fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything prepped and start spraying these things. Alright guys, this is the definition of trust the process. The paint was not covering well, so we put a sealer on top of it. And then we are using, well, not a sealer, a base coat on top of it, which is a white base coat. And it turned the parts pink. And I can see the spots where the primer was in the bottom. This is the first coat on this one. So those white parts that you see there is just the primer bleeding through. And all that red is the paint that we had put on the bottom of the pieces, bleeding through the base coat. This is already done. It has full base coat. We went ahead and did about two or three coats, and it's white. So just let it dry, trust the process, and then the paint's gonna go on top of these, and this should give us a nice coverage where nothing bleeds through the paint itself. Because it was doing this right here. You guys can see that black stuff right there. That is like the different shade of a primer on the bottom. Because I put two shades of primers to know when to stop sanding. And yeah, it's bleeding through the paint. The paint was not covering it really well, so we had to do the base coat. And this one's here. This one has, I believe, 2 coats. Needs one more coat. You can see the old paint starting to bleed through. It looks kind of cool. It looks like pearl, almost like red pearl. It's pretty nice. I didn't know. I accidentally made red pearl slash pink. But yeah, I'm gonna put one more coat on both of these. This one only has about, I think, one coat. You guys can still see the bleed through in some places. It's not too bad. This one barely has a mist, not even a coat yet, but you guys can see is the first one. They all look like that, and all those white spots you see, what is whiter, that's the old primer bleeding through, and that's what was going on with the red paint. So it's not gonna look good for a finish, so I had to save it with the base coat so it looks like that part, save all these parts, and then we can go ahead and throw the paint on top. Man, this is a mission. And I had to do my research too to look for a paint that was compatible with the one I have here. So I went to Sherwin-Williams because O'Reilly's was not able to help us. No knowledge there. And this is the paint we're using for the motorcycle, Red Evil. So it is evil, that's for sure. It's supposed to look like that, and it was looking like orange, like an orange color. But yeah, I think we got it down. I'll keep you guys posted, see what happens. So we got base coat down. It's ready to go for paint. There's the base coat. We got all the white base coat in here. All of them are really nice and covered. We should have no issues anymore. And now we can just throw the paint, waste less paint, and cover more of this beautiful, beautiful base. So yeah, we're going with white as a base coat. No yellow, no nothing, just white. Pop up those glitters out of that paint and make it look pretty again. Let's get it. Just mixing up the clear here, you know. Normal, typical day. And yeah, the parts are literally ready for clear. Here's this one here. Now they were like, I don't want orange on it, but I forgot I have yellow lights. So that's the reflection of the yellow lights. It's not orange. It's red as hell. Here's the white side. This is a white light, and that's what it looks like with the white light, I guess. You see that? Yeah, no orange. Shit. Yellow light, white light. That's what creates the orange. That's crazy. Lighting makes the whole difference. But yeah, it's fully red. This is over here on the shade, I guess. Just pure white light over here. No yellow light. You guys see? No orange on it. Why? Because there's no yellow light on it. Yes. Alright, well, they're ready to go. Ready to put some clear coat on them and call it a day on this ones. Then once all this is out of the way, ready to go, we still got that metal tank right there. And we got those two little pieces over there. Well, 4 pieces altogether if you ask me. But we're gonna worry about that later. We're gonna try to finish all these big pieces that we've been working hard on all these months. And then once they're clear, ready to go, we can get them out the way. And then those other 4 shouldn't be anything. Follow the same process, and we shouldn't have any issues at all. Since we have the same paint, we had to go get more paint, guys. We didn't have enough paint. There's a lot of parts, so we went and got some more. Don't worry. I sprayed all the parts with the same coating, so now we know it's gonna be exactly the same color once we put everything together. So we Gucci, we Gucci. So because we did that, this has 4 codes, 4 codes, 4 codes, 4 codes, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Everything has 4 coats. So that means when we do that, we got to do 4 coats on all those pieces too. Sheesh, that's crazy. All right, guys, it is 2 days later. We've been having this ones dry. They dried out pretty nice. Looks like a nice phosphorescent red. Look at that. Sheesh. So we got everything dried up here. Everything ready to go. We just got, you already know, the tank to go and those 3 little pieces over here. And then we're completely done. This one's already sanded, prep. We just need to put a sealer on them. So is the tank. We just need to put a sealer on that. And we should be golden, ready to go. We're going to go ahead and send this ones on their merry way to start getting assembled. And then we'll finish up those over there once these ones are gone, so we don't have no overspray and stuff on them. We still got to put the Harley Davidson wording on them. We went and did it the last, just because the clear we were using was not compatible with them, so they wouldn't stick as well. And we don't want no peeling letters now, so yeah, we'll do those last. And so is the tank. Same scenario. We're gonna do the tank first, and then we're gonna stick the decal on the side of it. But yeah, after we're done with all this, we are going to continue to work on this bad boy right here. Next one coming up. Alright guys, I'm tired. I'm done with this thing. Motorcycle is finally 100% finished, paint done, ready to go. Look at this. Oh, that color right there, guys. Jesus. It's almost like candy cane apple or apple candy paint, but it's not. It mimics it really well. This is an easier version of it, which it's really nice, and it lasts longer. Yes, this paint lasts longer than candy cane paint. That is the craziest thing ever. And it's called Evo something. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. This is sold by a local shop here in town. So I don't know if you guys are wanting to buy this. I'm trying to look for it. I know I had a can somewhere. I didn't throw them away, did I? No, it's over here. Alright, guys. So this is the paint we use. That is the paint code right there, Red Evil, KBS RE1, Pearl Candy, I think it says, Pearl Candy, Red Evil. So yeah, if you guys are interested, this one right here. It's from batch number 17645. So they're making a badge. Wait a minute, is the other one the same serial number? So I got 2. I ran out of paint on my first batch. So, oh, that's why this is a different badge. Look at that. That's why it was a different color. Oh well, good thing we painted all the parts with the last can, so they all have the same top coat. We should have no issues there. We'll see once we assemble the bike.